Hi Gemini, welcome to your message that you need to hear, or messages you need to hear for the month of December, or for actually November 26th through December 25th, which is Christmas. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas for those that celebrate. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the recommend a reader shout out link, which goes to Carol's Universe Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out. Show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Gemini. Okay. Gemini. All right, so we got the Queen of Cups. That could be Cancerian. That's the Chariot. Queen of Swords, that could be Libra. Eight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles, the Fool. And Two of Cups. 10 of Wands. All right, let me get the little guys here. All right, the worst is over. There's that. The worst is over. This is someone that just wanted to move on to other things. What is going on here? Is this something online that somebody's kind of starting to withdraw or do the fade? What's this Eight of Swords about? All right, let's go with that. I was going to say Queen of Swords, but I said Eight of Swords. Let's go with that. What's this Eight of Swords about? Did you just find out about, did you just recently find out that someone is starting to see someone else and they're doing the fade and it's as you suspected? What's this Eight of Swords? Because we got distance here. Oh, okay. What's this Queen of Swords about? This Queen of Swords for Gemini. Pisces, it's Hangman Pisces. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 queens. Holy cow. All right, so someone's been busy. I keep hearing that phrase, this too shall pass. Ouch. All right, what's this Chariot about for Gemini? What's this Chariot about? Oh, this isn't the Queen of Swords. This is, okay. Just saying, there's somebody is very good at kind of keeping things busy, and look over here, look over that, there's more than one person involved here, and that's quite possibly why things ended. This could be somebody that at a distance that you've been dealing with, and as quick as it got off the ground, it has receded. If that's not it, it's that their feelings all of a sudden changed, and they're kind of fickle, this person. All right, what's this Chariot about? And that sleight of hand, that mixture right there, the Queen of Cups again. Cancerian, Cancer. Wow. What's this Eight of Pentacles? Oh my gosh, all these eights. Eight of Wands. There's that movement, or that this is distance right here. So you very well could be dealing with somebody that has ended things because of distance. They're not happy about it. You're not happy about it. What's this Fool about? Sagittarius, well, Temperance. This could be Gemini, Virgo, or Aries, and Sagittarius. This is someone that still wants to be with you, Gemini, and they want to move closer to you, but for right now, things have to be the way they are. So here's the thing. This could be somebody that's like, okay, for right now, we have to break up. and I don't like being by myself. I do want to date, but you are who I see myself with as the long term. For some people, you're like, well, to heck with that. That's not, that should be a decision you make now and stick to it, and we'll get together in time, but you shouldn't date other people while you have me in your heart. That's for you and your dynamic to decide. But here's the thing, it's both, because this person doesn't want to not be busy or not socially connected. Whether that means lighthearted dating or someone that just does a lot of social activity, that's your dynamic. But this is someone that eventually wants to, it feels like they eventually want to move closer to where you are. But it's going to have to wait for a while, honestly. I mean, we've got so much happening here. What's this Two of Cups? Nine of Wands. And what's this Ten of Wands? This is Ten of Wands. All right, so here's the thing. If you want this to work out, it will. But it's not going to be for a while. This person has got some things they want to do, and they're kind of sequestered anyway. I don't know if it's either they flat out told you, I want to date other people, but I got to get this out of my system, but you're who I see in the long term. So maybe this is younger, because it actually feels like you understand that. So perhaps this is a younger, we're talking about college, and we're talking about, in our 20s or something, because I can't see somebody going for this that's older. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what do you mean? You don't need to be anywhere else. Do you just see, oh yeah, you'd be good for me in like 5 years. But right now I still want to, tear a hole through the city or something. It's like, really? No, I don't think so. But for whatever reason, what's showing here is that someone is, both of you, as a matter of fact, have accepted this ending, not happy about it, but you understand that it has to stand for right now. And this person does want to be with you, but it's going to take some time. They understand that. It very well could be that they're going to ask that you are open to reconnecting in the future. That while you have to be apart and maybe things have to be ended right now, that you would be open to reconnecting in the future. Because it just can't be right now because of distance or other obligations on them. There's too much they have to do or take care of. It could be that someone does want to date other people. And if you're okay with that kind of dynamic or whatever, however that works, that's for you to decide, obviously. But this isn't over. It could be someone saying, hey, I don't want to get serious with you right now because I've still got a wild streak in me, so we just need to be friends. But I do want to keep this a connection with you. Could be that. This could be someone that has, on the flip side, well, not on the flip side, but another scenario too, is that this could be just someone that's like, I'm tapping out. I just got too much on my plate, and I really need to focus on myself and work on my things. A lot of stuff is happening quickly for me, and I want to take advantage of that. So I'm going for that instead of the relationship. I do hope that in a couple years, when my business life and social life calms down, that we can reconnect. But this is someone that is definitely prioritizing their needs and themselves over the relationship. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because they're just not ready to commit. They're not ready for this relationship, honestly. And a lot of it has to do with distance, honestly. A lot of this has to do with you two being apart from each other. And it would be different if you two were in the same locale. So, and it does show movement, whether that means relocating or more frequent visits, or if you decide, you know what, I'm up for the challenge and I want to do this, then there's that. And it does show that that's a viable option, actually, as you figuring out how to make it work, or you being like, all right, well, we're just going to power through this for the next couple of years. But someone is, either you or the other person, the distance is really bothering them. It's a huge factor for them. And Gemini, this is something that it's like, it's not that you knew it was going to happen, but this is something that just, it's, the worst is over. Now it's about how are we going to go forward? Is it going to be, we really do sever ties and you do your own thing and I do my own thing and then we meet back up? Or are we going to try and make this work and have more frequent visits, traveling? Or is one of us just going to outright move towards or to the other person? And the thing is that they aren't able to move. With what they've got going on with the job prospects and other things, they're not able to move. So and maybe that's why they're just like, well, we have to end this because I can't get to you, and this intermittent stuff is not going to hold us together. Okay, all right. So what else for Gemini? Else for Gemini? What would your person say to you, Gemini? Yeah, I can still feel you, Cancerian. Yep. You two have a strong attachment, or there was, for as brief as it was, and I feel like it was brief because it went like this, but it could be very well be that it was cut off instantly because like, oh, I can see where this is headed and I'm not ready for that. I can't. And yet this is someone that is like, okay, all right, well, I have to do this, but it's not because I want to, it's because I need to. And I would rather be with you, but I know that if we try to make this work, in a couple months, there's going to be resentment, hurt feelings, there's going to be sadness, there's going to be, why can't you just, and this, they got stuff to do, they can't. All right, what else for Gemini? What else for Gemini? So this is somebody that didn't want the ending, but they didn't know what to do. So they have to do this. So this is the fallout of that, is like, well, I had to choose. So they didn't want to. And I think they're hoping that you'll understand. And that this isn't over. And I think they're hoping that you'll understand, and they wouldn't ask you, but if you were to say, all right, let's figure this out, they would be open to that. It doesn't mean that you two would get back together, but it'd be like, okay, can you give me 2 years until I get this underway? Or what does your next semester look like? Or what does your job placement look like? Is there a way that we can move in like, you know what I mean? But I don't think they're going to ask that of you. So they're just like, well, it has to be this way now. But again, it feels like the whole, I can still feel you. And then I said earlier that they might have just said, hey, before this gets any more serious, we've got to end it here because I can't. So this is someone that does still want this. They just can't right now. And that very well could have been why they ended it, because there's just not a possibility with the distance and their social or their work calendar, what they've got lined up. What else for Gemini? Nine of Wands, we see that here too. This is, again, they wouldn't ask you, but I think they're hoping that you'll persevere, that this is about you seeing the potential for this and you being willing to stay the course, even though it's going to be hard and a lot of work. I don't think this is someone that's cutting things off and is mad and frustrated. I think this is about, look, there's some challenges ahead, but do we both have what it takes to weather that? And the thing is, if the answer is no, that's okay too, because it's honest, and you'll be in much better position in 2 years when it's time, when things are much more calm and settled down, that you two can actually be together. You'll be in much more of a position to be receptive to that. Because if you try to make it work when your heart's not in it, or when you're like, no, you know what, I just don't want to work that hard for a relationship, I don't want to have to figure it out, they could accept that too. But what they wouldn't want, and what you wouldn't want either, is to agree to something and then be resentful at the end, and to be so worn out and exhausted and like, ah. So it's one of those things. It's catch-22 in a sense, because this is not ideal, obviously, but would you rather the way it is now, or try and force it when your heart's not in it? Of course, if you do think you can make it work, or your schedule's much more flexible or whatnot, go for it. But if this is just to preserve the status quo or to try and hold on to something that needs to really transition and progress, at least for the other person, you'd be forcing it. So use that faith and wisdom and courage to look at this honestly and go, okay, is it worth it to me? Can I handle this? Or should I just let it go and be glad for it and be hopeful in the next couple years? Depending on what you two can work out, go for it. But could very well be that this is something that's just going to be kind of on the shelf for the next couple years. Feels like you're still going to be friends with this person, still going to keep in touch, still talk. You're just not going to go to that part, even though they still feel that for you. You still feel, not going to go there until it's time. All right. So I did that one. Let me do this one. What else for Gemini? Feels work related. Honestly, it feels work related. Maybe that's what the busy work. Okay. Oh. Okay. Release. Dang it. Maybe, no. I was going to say, maybe it's release expectation. No. This is the parting, the separation has to stand right now. But I still stand by the 2-year thing. I still think that you two are going to be connected somehow. And this is just a holding period. That you're not done with each other. Call me crazy. Feels like it's distance. It's the job. They can't do anything about it. And nip it in the bud. But my assignment or my something is going to be up in 2 years. And I really hope that you're available. But that's not going to be the end of it because you're still going to maintain a friendship. So there you go. All right. It says release, by the way. Okay, all right. Okay. I hope this was helpful, Gemini, and I hope it works out. They're not happy about this, but it has to be done. And I hope to see you in the next reading. I thank you for stopping by. You take care.